WTBwJandC.
Episode 8.
Episode Ocho.
With special guest.
Special guest.
Justus.
He reigns from above.
All right.
And returning special guest, Zach.
Reigning champion.
Oh my god. So what's up, guys? How
AKA Captain Justice, AKA J Diamond, AKA JD, also known as
AKA Cody's gay lover.
Hey, not yet.
Good things come with time.
Exactly. How we doing, guys? How'd you spend your Memorial Day? Which was Monday.
What day is it?
Well, today's Wednesday.
Today is Wednesday. Yeah.
2 moons had
I
passed.
spent it. What did I do? I'm pretty sure I worked for a little bit, a few hours, and then I went to go see my sister, my family. Spent
That's
time
crazy.
You
I
saw
went to go see your sister too.
with her. Which one? There's
I don't know. There was multiple.
2 that are dead and 1 that's under 18. So
Definitely one of the dead ones.
Jesus. Well, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Good to be back on the show.
wow, hell of a show to be on.
No, so you got to see Zoe, though.
Yeah, I got to see my sister, and we went out to
Yeah, we were
my,
just redlining.
Okay.
my sister's grave, and then spent some time there.
That'll happen.
Right on, man.
Yeah, not a very uplifting point to talk
Damn,
on.
all right. What a start.
I mean, it's
Talk
Memorial Day. Like, what do you
No,
do?
exactly.
Like,
And that's what.
I mean, it is
There
Memorial
we go.
Day.
And
Yeah.
most people just barbecue, but like you're good. Visiting
I don't know.
graves.
No, but not to make light of that. Like that's a really heavy thing, dude. That's really cool that you went and did that, though.
It is. I think it's a good idea to go back and visit your graves of people you've lost.
Absolutely, it's how you remember.
Every time I'm in Arkansas, I always go back and visit a couple of graves.
yeah, there's just the 2 that we visit. There's my sister who's in Caldwell-ish area, and my older sister, which I don't really talk about to anybody.
Sure.
But that one's out in Emmett, so that one's a little bit of a drive. But no, it was good. We went to see one of them, and then I'm gonna go see my other older sister a little bit later. We just clean the grave up a little bit.
Right on. Are you close with your sisters?
I only have the
Remaining
one left.
My bad.
No, yes and no. Like I visit my family all the time, but with having a around 18-year-old sister, it's kind of
So how do you
weird.
connect?
It's weird being 10 years older than her. Well, 11. So there's definitely a disconnect.
Sure, I get that.
Like growing up, me and Justice, during all of our youth, were very close to each other. I was always at his parents' house and everything, so I got to know his family to like a really good extent. I'd like to think. I used to house sit for him when we were at times. Sit there and just do stuff that a 16-year-old would do in an empty house. But
Yeah, for legal reasons, we're not going to talk
right,
about it.
exactly. I mean, I've been here before. I know how the story goes.
It's like, don't drink that whiskey bottle. I filled it up with tea. So.
Well, I mean, like that was a cool thing. Is like, yeah, his dad left beers in the fridge for me. It was super cool. Like his family's dope. But Zoe was just as far as like a genuine like girl. Like holy crap, Zoe's just as pure as it gets, dude. That girl was just hilarious.
Yeah, she's really funny. We actually a couple of weeks ago they had because they're not doing graduations or anything like that, right? With people gathering and quarantine and all that. They did a graduation parade. So we went out and took my truck, decorated it. I played loud music, and they were just in the back, and we did
drive-by.
Yeah, just a couple drive-bys in downtown Nampa
Hell yeah.
area, and that was actually a lot of fun. It was pretty cool.
Means so much for them too, like to know that that's not an option to have a graduation, but for that amount of people to come through and still make a big deal about it.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
man, that's a big day.
That makes it a big deal for someone who's like.
Did you hear about these Minecraft graduations where they're like building a full set?
Yes, I have
heard about these. This thing I've heard of.
Yeah, they
That
build
is so
like
cool.
these huge sets in Minecraft, and everybody logs on, and then they walk across the stage in Minecraft. And I'm like, man, we live in the future.
Who would have thought back in the day?
Would have ever
like,
guessed?
it was like, we're going to do graduation through Minecraft. If you told me that 3 months ago, I would have told you you're clinically insane.
You're a crazy person.
2 months ago, I'd have been like, you know what? That's actually a good idea.
Oh, smart, yeah.
That's
Well,
brilliant. Why?
I actually am jealous of people that can build like that in Minecraft. Like I've played Minecraft
Oh, it's hard
way too many hours.
to
Right?
do it to scale.
Right.
It's hard.
Well, even not to scale. I've seen people build some like gigantic structures.
Oh, yeah, people
You're going
crazy
pixel
on
by
that stuff.
pixel at
Right.
this point and building something though. That's
Ashley
incredibly
does that.
difficult.
Our mutual friend,
Really?
Vintage,
She builds some weird stuff.
She builds some crazy, like, amazing structures, and I think she's like professional. But she has another friend. I think it's like gamertag is like local TuneBot, which is like hers.
Mhm.
And me compared to her, there is a giant skill gap between the two of us. Her between him, the same deal. Like he sent me pictures of it. Even took me to this entire map. He built.
Jamie, can we bring that up?
He built this.
Jamie, can we do that?
He called it Tea Time Under the Sea, and I kid you not,
I saw that world.
It was like a mermaid, and it looked like the Little Mermaid, just that mixed with like the tea time from Alice in Wonderland.
Wow.
But it was like these gigantic structures
They were
built
pretty cool.
piece by piece in full detail, and I was like blown away at the.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
the amount
detail
of
at
it's
everything.
so meticulous. to go
Freaking
through
redstone
that.
engineers, man.
Redstone
Oh,
engineers.
Like,
me.
he was
People
the
with
guy
too much
that-
time. on
Like
their
me, I
hands.
have no idea what this
He
is
built a working calculator
Oh yeah,
in
yeah, I saw that
Minecraft
one.
out of redstone.
Yeah,
about. Oh, where it's the electrical currents that go through inside.
Yeah.
Right? Like okay,
And the
yeah,
redstone-
I've seen
like he built it where you could put in 2 + 2, and then it does all its thing, and then it pops up like a 4.
Yeah,
He
so
can do
it's not like
multiplication
it's not
and
instant. It has to
division.
go through all the computations
Right.
and everything. But the fact that it is
It
doing
works,
that,
and it's
and-
there.
in
Yeah.
a game engine,
Yes.
you're able
Do
to
you see
replicate something like that. That
Craziest
is
thing I've ever
unbelievable.
seen built. Someone built a working telephone out of redstone.
No.
Yeah, because they put it online for people to download the world. And I saw a streamer downloaded it and then made a call in Minecraft to Papa John's and ordered a pizza.
Oh. That's like the first phone call where you're in the other room calling them just to like see if it works. You're just like, I'm gonna see if I can order a pizza.
Hello?
Shows up your door like, my God, we've done it.
You beautiful bastard.
Oh man, that is unbelievable.
People do weird shit in Minecraft.
Well,
man.
it's just, and it's with any game. Like you think that it's only capable of a certain point, and then you find that like 1% of people that take it a step further, and you're like
people
So
building
my-
working video games inside of Minecraft.
I'm a big fan of the Overwatch workshop because I know you guys talk about a lot.
Oh, yeah,
Overwatch
yeah.
on the channel.
and I'm not
And-
very involved in it, but I keep finding the stupid Thomas the Tank Engine. crap.
right. I follow a couple Overwatch Twitters, and one of the ones I saw recently is someone had taken the workshop, taken Widowmaker, and added extra legs.
Oh, yeah, so she looks like a spider.
Right.
She walks like a
It's
spider.
It's kind of like that.
And she can wall climb and stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Iron Spider suit from Avengers Endgame.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, legit has 4 working attached limbs that act like spider legs. So she'll jump into any spot and she'll stick there. And you watch them working like they should, exactly. And it's even an open code, so you can
can
go
still
and
Get in there.
test it out and mess with it.
There's the goats.
Yeah.
The goats formula for Overwatch. Everyone's very familiar with this. There was a mode, and it's still there, and I would actually challenge us to next time talk about this shit, because what they did is they got all of those kind of characters, and they push you into one person where you're stuck in one
person
spot.
controls.
And so you're like this giant group of 6 people, and you're against. So it's a 1v1, but you're still groups of 6. And you're just and you see there's just all these abilities just mobbing from one person. And it's like Power Rangers, with the Megazords. and you never know what ability's gonna happen. Chaos. And I was watching a clip of this, and I was like, this would just be the funnest, most chaotic thing to be a part of. The custom rooms on Overwatch are out of control.
No,
the
like
room
the,
for everything.
One of my
is
favorite game
unbelievable.
modes I found is the Crying Angels.
What's
game
that?
mode. So it's 2 teams, or everyone starts off as McCree's except for one person, which starts off as like a Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
And McCree's don't have any of their abilities except for High Noon. They have to wait and charge up their High Noon to kill Mercy.
Okay.
Mercy doesn't have any of her abilities either, but all she has to do is touch you to kill you.
Can she boost you?
She can't boost you.
Oh man,
Touch you kills you, and you become a Mercy. But when a McCree is looking at Mercy, Mercy can't move.
So it's like the Weeping Angels from Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh man. Yeah, we're all familiar. That makes sense. Okay, cool.
Yeah, she can't move, but the McCree does take damage while he's looking at us. You can't just look at him forever.
Oh, okay.
You have to look away.
You have to look away eventually.
That's a blast.
That would be so fun to play.
You have to charge up your high noon just over time to get the.
So imagine
That is so tight.
Imagine you get a bunch of McCrees to make a circle around a Mercy, and they're just constantly looking to the left, so they're spinning in circles. So there's like one always looking at her,
That would be.
and then somebody fucking high noons her.
That would be the way to do it.
But how do you
yeah,
coordinate?
You got to get to that
Right,
position
how do you get everyone
without
like,
getting touched by a
8 versus
Mercy.
people
Oh, well,
all
if the people on Overwatch are known for anything, it's their ability to coordinate with you.
Oh, without a doubt. Out of my 3 years in Overwatch, my teams have always,
Always
followed
100%.
the lead. Absolutely,
They're like,
everyone
hey.
is always a fully functional.
Yeah,
team.
it's
I've
like,
never run into
hey,
any issues.
like maybe we can get you to switch to like Junkrat or something. And they're always really cool about it. They almost never say "fuck you."
Right. It's like I'll be Widow emoting in the corner.
Junkrat is in such a good spot right now.
Junkrat is in a meta
I
spot
love
right
playing Junkrat.
Junk, Ash,
I think
even still Echo right now.
Echo,
very
Reaper,
viable.
The buff to his mine has made his mine awesome. You can throw it so far now.
So
Well, it's
far.
like even if his C4 hits somebody, it's not ricocheting off. Now it just drops.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could just sit there just.
But yeah,
Hit someone in the
before
face,
it had a
slap
very
them
short
with it.
range though that you could throw it. But
Yeah, it
now
would only
you
go
can
like 10
you can
meters.
like set on the high ground on Anubis and throw it all the way into the choke.
yeah.
what? Really?
Yeah.
They even upped his
I don't play DPS.
They upped
little
the
grenades, his ammo.
Oh,
So
his ammo's
they-
ricochets like
Yeah,
crazy.
ammo
Keeps
ricochets
momentum.
farther off walls and
Yeah, so it's not going to just hit a wall. and
his
flop,
mine
like.
is
Yeah.
faster, so it goes farther.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Moira's worms are fast.
Yeah, that was
That's
exactly what I was
that's
about to talk about. I can't even. I
can
can't
see it in
even.
your face.
I can't even play Moira anymore.
Yeah, I was playing more the other day.
I'm 350.
and I threw out my orb and it was like, boom! And it went through the team so fast,
so
I
it
got
goes-
no healing out of it.
It goes for 7 seconds instead of 10. And so like even like what I used to do is chuck a yellow orb so I'd run with it while I'm healing and I could sit there and still DPS and do
But
stuff.
it goes faster.
Now I have to, even while I'm sprinting, it's outpacing me slightly. So even where I get to full health, I'm cutting off at like 180 because it's right outside of my range. And I've been trying to put it in more close quarters, but man, I have started playing other healers.
You've been playing a lot of Brigitte lately.
I said
Brigitte's
when I
good.
started
She's
Moira,
good right now.
Brigitte's awesome right now.
Brigitte is great right now, but when I started Moira, I said I will play this character until they nerf her into oblivion.
It's gonna end up
Which they have done.
But it took 2 years, and here we are. And I finally have to expand to other concepts.
Yes.
Like
but
Brawly.
my bruschetta,
Brawl's not
she
the
has
best
been the
right
way.
now either, really.
Yeah.
Brawl is not doing great right now.
I'd actually say Dive is probably one of
I'd
the best
say
tank
Ball,
comps, really.
Ball is definitely
If you
good.
go like Ball Winston or Winston Diva, that's probably the best tank comps
Diva's
right now.
actually really lacking as far as
Yeah,
tanks go.
Diva's-
Winston's really strong. Ball's always been pretty good.
Yeah.
Well,
Diva's really great when you mix her with like a Winston or something because she can defense matrix him when he dives in.
Mm-hmm.
She adds that
Through coordination, that's always the
through coordination. Yeah, she requires more coordination than like Ball.
I want
She
Diva
requires
to
more.
dive.
Ball can just do his own thing.
Exactly.
You don't
It's
even need a mic to play Ball.
That's something, right? It's the same thing. It's like, well, what am I going to be doing? My own thing the entire time.
You just do your Ball thing, and then if your team is competent, they can capitalize on it.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Yeah, a
Dude,
ball.
Joe was killing it with the ball the other night until he got so drunk he couldn't
And that
figure
was
out how to.
he was actually
queue up.
he was killing it.
Joe is a good player when he's sober.
Well, he knows where the health packs are at. He knows where the big
He knows
ones
where
are
the
at. So it's
megas
like-
are.
And my brother, like, shout out to the Black Crown forever.
Ah.
May he rest in peace on Xbox because it doesn't play anymore.
Ah.
But dude, yeah, he knew exactly like Tracer and like Ball were his moves. Where he's
Certain
just like
characters you
he
have to know
knew
where
he
they're
could hard carry, and as long as he knew where the health packs were at, he didn't have to worry about the rest of his team.
Yeah.
Knowing your sense of the map is so huge. That's gigantic.
The only thing that holds Joe back in Overwatch is that he gets too drunk when he plays.
It's alcohol.
Dude,
and
he gets
it's my
fucking
crutch too. Not my crutch,
If
but like
he
yeah, my
just
handicap.
stayed slightly buzzed, he'd be like platinum. Like he could get
Oh yeah, for sure. Like he's really good. He's like, how do you do that ground slammy thing again with hamster?
The what?
And then he figures it out, and then he's like, I'm good for the rest of the game. Well, bam! And then he drops ult like every couple of minutes. And then it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and he can't figure out how to queue up anymore.
Yeah,
And it's like, maybe it's time to cut it off right there, Joe. We're gonna take it easy. After this one, I think I'm going to bed. But I like Joe. He's hilarious.
Well, he's hilarious. Even when he's drunk, it's like when we're playing, I'm like, we can't kick him out. He's having too
No, he's
good of a
having
time right now.
blast.
You know,
I texted Zach the other night.
It's
I was like,
you just
sorry
got to
about
switch.
Joe,
You
he's
just got
drunk.
to switch to quick play once he gets.
Oh,
too
exactly.
drunk.
You just got to
Like there's a cutoff moment where you're like, it's time to go to quick play.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like everybody
night.
pick
We
your
definitely
worst
should have
characters.
switched to quick play last
Last
night.
I know.
Last day we absolutely should have, and I was just
When we
like,
started
"Oh, we got to
playing
keep this
music and
train
singing
going."
for like an hour.
Yeah.
Probably should have switched.
Well, it was working for a little bit. That one match when we first started playing
The
with it.
first match.
Right, the first match. We had that momentum. The song was hitting hard with all three of us. We were doing pretty fucking well,
Right.
and we destroyed that team. But it was after that it kept going and going and going. And
It's about the time
I
Blink
was-
182 popped up on that playlist.
Yeah,
I was on a roll the other night, and I sent Cody a picture of my replays.
Oh yeah,
And it was
yeah.
win, 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 loss, win, 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 win. Like there was one loss on the whole screen.
Right. It was good.
really, because mine's normally the opposite of that.
Normally mine is too.
We were,
But I was just on a
that
roll.
one group. That one group that we joined up with.
Oh yeah, we had like 11 wins and like
It was
92
out of
losses.
14 matches, we had 11 wins, I think.
Yeah.
And it was just, I've never just seen so
Victory.
many victories in sequence
Victory.
in a landslide, too. It wasn't like, oh, we barely
Yeah,
made
it
it, guys.
wasn't
That was close. It
almost.
was just like, yeah.
Well, we had that
Disgusting.
last weekend when it was us three and Noisy. We were
Yeah.
playing
Oh,
after,
yeah.
after everyone else had got off. We were killing it that night.
Oh yeah.
Noisy's good.
Yeah.
Noisy is a good
Good
tank.
Shout out to Noisy Oatmeal. Check him on
Noisy
Mixer.
Oatmeal.
Yeah.
Everybody
Oh, he's
send him
not
friend
streaming
requests.
anymore.
He's not streaming.
No, he
anymore?
stopped streaming.
Rest in peace, Noisy Oatmeal.
R.I.P. Noisy.
What happened?
I don't know. I think he just got tired of it.
Did he really? I mean, I don't blame him. We
Yeah.
we at least don't have Llama that streams.
Llama still streams.
I've thought about streaming, but then
Oh, I'm not good at all, and I really don't think I'm entertaining either.
I don't think I am. Yeah, like, especially if I'm by
It's
myself.
like also I'm
But
super
like,
quiet.
but like, even
Yeah.
if like, if we were all in a group or something, I feel like we would get enough people, like, regardless of the gameplay, just the goddamn conversation.
You heard it here first. JNC are starting a gaming channel.
We actually are. Yeah,
we
we're
started as a gaming channel.
Yeah, that existed.
There are some Overwatch clips on the channel.
Yeah,
Aren't
the
there?
first 3 videos.
The first
yeah.
3 videos I put up was me playing Overwatch.
Learning Hammond and learning Orisa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we have enough game sense. We have a lot to talk about, and we have a lot of fun doing it. I
So
feel like
Monday
we do good
nights.
Monday nights, me and Cody are going to start streaming though.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah,
where,
starting next
yeah.
week.
where are you going to be streaming at?
Twitch.
Twitch.
things. What time on Monday nights?
Our channel, JNC.
What's
We're
on?
going to start
Maybe 6?
6 o'clock.
Yeah, we'll do 6 o'clock.
We'll go till probably at least 10.
Yeah.
Maybe later if we're having fun.
Okay, well, I mean, like, we'll go over details.
And that's
but
mountain time.
Man, I would love to be a part of that. I feel like
Yeah.
that'd be
Yeah, that's
6 o'clock mountain time.
Mountain time, yeah.
For those of you that are not in.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Someone's
but
going to show up
90.
at 5:30.
For all of
What
our
the fuck?
European viewers.
99% of our viewers are
Hey.
living in mountain time.
Hey, you guys
no,
have a prestigious podcast going on here. I just want to be inclusive in everything.
Right?
Yeah.
Hell, 30% of our viewers are sitting at this table.
I will admit, longtime fan.
Justice, I will admit, he has devoutly listened to this podcast because every time we talk about something cool, I get a phone call the next day and we're like, dude, let's have a
Yeah,
conversation.
every time I hop on Xbox Live, it's usually he talks about the stream a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of
No,
course,
he's about
the topics you guys have, I'm always like, oh, I wish I was part of this conversation because I got some input or questions or
He is good about that.
yeah. I love listening to you guys. It's,
My
it's
Facebook
great.
Messenger is full of questions about podcasts from Justice. He's like, dude, why don't you talk about this? I'm like, sorry.
We don't think about it all the time,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Yeah, no,
Usually it's just me being depressed or drunk.
Well, I just feel like
well,
I feel like the
when
conversation.
you hit your intellectual level, it's just like, oh man, this is
Yeah,
neat, right?
sometimes we hit some pretty
That's one beer, Cody.
That's one beer.
One
One
beer
beer,
co-
Cody is intellectual.
Dude, a year ago, that was 4 beer, Cody. I want to point out that Josh has this weird habit of cutting it off right when I sound like a fucking idiot. And he likes to end it right there, and I always feel badly about it.
And that's the podcast.
And
we're ending that, guys. Let's go. Well, I'll catch you next week. I'll edit that to the end of the podcast.
Bye. Oh, Jesus, man. No, but like I know it's probably not as bad as I think, but I feel like I sound really stupid on these things. And then I go back and listen to them like religiously. And it's like, all right, we're up to 16 views. Oh, cool.
Well, you know, I can actually relate to this. My gloving videos, you know, like most of the time when I upload something that's several takes, and even when I upload that take, I'm sitting there super critical the entire time. And I'll send it out to people beforehand. You're one of those people that I'll send it out to.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
Well, I mean,
I think all your videos are fire.
You're like,
Yeah, your videos are good. I've seen a few of them.
Oh my god, I hear that. But like, when you're doing it yourself, you're always more critical of it, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay. So
you're always your worst critic no matter what.
Yeah.
Send me
Especially
a link to your
if you're
videos.
good.
I'll put it in the podcast description.
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
No, like if you guys wouldn't, like
You got bright lights.
I haven't uploaded.
That's
the page
actually
yet.
really cool.
Bright Lights that's been the name that keeps getting repeated more than anything. That's probably what it's going to be. But
Dude,
yeah, I have 2 videos I've recorded this year, and I have like a handful of others that are all right.
I know a logo designer.
Do you really?
You do.
I do.
I actually
talked
two of
to.
them.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to
actually,
talk after this stuff.
absolutely.
Because like I mean, I'm not looking to like sit here and make like like everyone give me money and stuff. Like I'm just trying to have fun.
So part of that.
Speaking of,
other-
support us on Patreon.
We got Patreon.
You heard it here, folks.
You heard it here first.
No, I do like that part that you said about like you making the gloving videos, which isn't like the biggest community out in the world, but it is a very in-depth community. Like the people that love gloving are just all about it.
They know all the other glovers.
With that, the community is extremely tight knit.
Yeah,
A lot of the people I follow, I've actually met at festivals.
That makes sense.
Well,
Which is very humbling when you meet these people. Because, like, you get a show from them, you're like, I am nothing.
I imagine it would be pretty tight knit because that's a pretty select group of people.
It's very small.
with a very unique, awesome skill.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like hyper specific.
Without a doubt, yeah. Because I mean, there's Glover's Lounge. There's like a bunch of other groups on Facebook and stuff. But like everyone knows about each other. Like it's
But when you go on YouTube, there's like 10 million videos of people trying to glove, and they're not great, man.
and you know I always. Because, I mean, I started off as that
Everyone,
person.
you know, starts off.
I started off as that person, and not everyone always pursues it to the point where they become great and everything. But, like, I always see videos, especially when you're part of Glover's Lounge, Flow Art Lounge, you see the ones where it's someone doing figure eights, just flopping around, and you're like, you know what? You had the courage to post it online.
Yeah. No.
You're
You
so
had the courage.
brave.
You had the courage. And you know what? I started off like that.
No.
I was that.
But
I
you
was
kept
that
it
person.
going.
But that's where we're going. is that-
Yeah, you kept it going. Like around the time that I met you, like 7 years ago or something, is right about the time you started getting in to
Just
gloving.
finger rolls, yeah.
And it was like, so I'd see you at work every day, and you would just be fucking twitching your fingers around. And I'm like, that looks cool. I guess that
I was
looks cool. But
propelling
then
myself
you
with my
kept
fingers
it
to
going.
tables, like-
And now years later, it's like one of my favorite parts of going to shows is watching you
Well, it's
mess
my
with
favorite
people.
part too.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
and
great.
that's why I
The
put
other
in the
day,
work, 'cause
it
I
was
get
funny.
Oh, go.
Sorry.
Please.
Sorry, man.
Please.
Yeah. Cody walked in on me doing like a finger dexterity exercise. And he was like, "Are you gloving?"
Where he was watching a Chris Ramsey video,
Practicing, haven't you?
which is like up close face magic.
Yeah. I do it.
That thing. That's a dexterity move.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Just not to that level.
God, that's so weird looking.
Not nearly as good as you do.
Man, I wish we had a camera going right now. I wish y'all could see that.
I like playing with playing cards and trying to do cool stuff with them.
It's all finger tricks,
Yeah.
and that's all that gloving is. It's the same thing. It's just
Pretty
like
much.
finger tricks. It's all it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't move my pinky without moving this finger though.
And
That's one of my
it-
things.
It's one of the
it's
hardest
a muscle.
things to do. Like,
It's a muscle, and when you start doing like individual finger moves, you start building muscles like this that you didn't even know you had.
He's like, his hands are ripped.
Yeah, look at that. Like,
He's
I
got biceps on his
on my
thumb.
thumbs, dude. Yeah, like let's go.
When I push my pinky down, like, look how hard that ring finger is trying to pull
I
down.
remember when I first started gloving, and this
trying
shit
so
started
hard.
popping up.
So what's
Oh
weird?
my god, it is.
check that out.
I can. Jesus, man, it looks like you got stung
Oh, yeah.
by a bee.
Yeah, dude, like
There's
it's
tons
legit,
of muscles in
dude.
your hand.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
like, and when you do like individual like finger stuff, especially like these ones back here, like your index.
That's your ring,
and pinky finger, yeah.
Right, but those two, like, there are muscles right here
that most people just don't use.
You would never like if you tried to do this, you would probably cramp your freaking shit out of your hand, dude. Like,
oh yeah, I have cramped my hands before.
Oh yeah,
just messing around trying to get my fingers more.
Right.
I can only do it with one hand. Like I can move my pinky without moving my ring finger, but if I try it on this hand, the fucking third finger comes in.
Like,
well, I mean, my roommate Cam. You remember Cam?
I remember Cam.
And Cam, he was my gloving buddy. We lived together for years. We always practiced. Like, we were always like, just like, how does this look? Blah blah blah. But he had an injury where like his ring finger, if he moved his pinky or any other finger, it would move too. So he had to develop a whole nother style that didn't require on those certain positions. So he had to focus on different concepts and go that way instead, because if he did those other ones, like it would just bend out of place.
It would look weird, yeah.
Exactly. But he was able to do it when he was, I mean, if he has...
And Cam is a really good glover.
He's very good.
Yeah, he's great.
He's very fucking good, dude. I mean, we lived together. We bounced ideas off each other.
I've gotten shows from him. Like, they're on par with some really good stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, but he just has to, like, this is case in point. Any sort of, like, artist, like, it's a fingerprint.
Sure.
Any sort of light shows, pop punk, metal, it's a fingerprint. Like, you have your own style, your own interpretations of it.
Right, because he can't do that certain move, he has to do a whole other move to cover up
which
the fact.
Translates into
a new style, yeah.
Exactly.
Which is actually really impressive.
That's super duper cool.
And it's an incredible concept because, I mean, for gloving, music, everything.
Anything that requires an artistic touch,
it's never going to be
applies.
the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thumbprints, man. Fingerprints.
Yeah.
Some sort of
Well, that's like my my little swirly signature on
gotta hit him with that snap change,
art
man.
that I draw. Like, it's not much, but like I have a signature that I do that I got from my mom, actually.
Nice.
She has this she's had 6 kids in her life, so she does an A6, but it's all looks like one pen stroke. It's really cool. It's the coolest like little signature I've ever seen. So
I think I've seen it.
Did mine like hers. It's a J and H, but they're the same letter. And I put that on all my artwork that I do. So I get it when you get this like little tiny thing that just becomes a part of you.
But it's your signature.
Yes.
And especially in this case, it actually is
my signature.
So I have a weird question about that. So were you born with like this innate ability to draw, or was it something you developed over time?
So my mom, and actually my dad too, he just will never admit it, have been really, really good artists.
Well, I mean, real quick, your mom, unbelievable artist. Like, I remember my brother asked for that Black Crown bag.
Oh yes,
your mom went and made metalcore themed draw bags for almost all of our friends.
Yeah.
I didn't get one. I love you, Mrs. Hurtado. Make me a bag.
Your brother had Suicide Silence is the Black Crown.
Black Crown.
And I remember when she was talking about doing the bag, like, she had no qualms with doing it at all. She had no problem. It was just the design and figuring out how to get the detail to come through.
Nailed it.
Right.
My brother's
like anyone else would have been like, it's all black, like it's not going to come through very well, and it's just going to be really complicated to do. Like, you could come up with a list of excuses not to do it, and it's just a drawback.
This thing would have sold for like $200.
It was crazy,
easily,
and she painted it like by hand. Beautiful. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Suicide Silence's The Black Crown album art.
That album art is in.
My mom hand painted that on a canvas bag,
and it looked exactly
like that, and it was just incredible. I got mine, and it was Come Clarity by In Flames, which was really cool. My favorite album of theirs at the time. She was just doing bags like that. I still have that one. I got a Doctor Who one done. Don't ask me why this relates, but I started Dragon Ball Super.
You started Dragon Ball Super?
Yes.
Good show.
Worth a watch, my friend.
Okay, so
do we need do we need to talk about this in the podcast?
I don't know.
It's worth a watch.
Let's talk about this.
Also, watch out for the Justice League and Dragon Ball Super.
Exactly, that is something very much. Okay, so
we good?
Ready?
Dragon Ball Super?
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, like we've been recording.
Oh shit!
okay.
All right, I was waiting for a cue for you. Okay.
So if you've started Dragon Ball Super, do you know anything about the structure of it?
So what happened was I got a wild hair. It was a few months ago to rewatch Dragon Ball Z, beginning to end.
Well, I mean, you were through Cell Saga, the Buu Saga. You've been like updating,
and
I'm
I made comments about that.
And I'm very excited.
It was actually today that I finally watched the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, and I wasn't really super impressed with the ending. Like the Buu Saga was great, how it ended was great, but it's just those last couple episodes where it was like, we're going into GT.
And then GT.
I haven't watched GT. Like I've never seen GT. I've never seen GT.
I never watched GT.
Spare yourself. You're blessed. Don't do it.
I've actually heard comments that Dragon Ball GT is not as bad as everyone says. I do plan on watching it at some point, but with the current quote unquote canon being Super, I started that today and I watched a couple episodes. So far, the animation on it is great, and this is coming from someone who had just finished Dragon Ball Z and had not seen anything Dragon Ball related recently, and that includes obviously Dragon Ball GT.
Right.
So going into Super, I noticed the voices are a little different, but the animation is crazy good, and it feels exactly like Dragon Ball Z did.
It does feel a lot more like Dragon Ball Z.
It is canon,
right?
Exactly. So you're going to have those tropes. Even with you're going to have the same.
I know it's Beerus, but even with Beerus coming in and Whis. Like, I don't know who those guys are. I know that they exist. Right. I'm just starting this series.
Okay.
You need to watch the Battle of the Gods
movie.
The Battle of the Gods.
So the beginning of Super are the first few movies.
Okay.
Put into episodic
So it's
form.
like the resurrection of Frieza and the Battle of the Gods.
Exactly. So you're going to have those two movies
the show
are
with
the first fused like I'd say like 40 episodes of Super are just the movies put into episodic form. Yeah. But they elaborate on them more and they change certain things. It's really cool. But what you're going to see after this is a lull of filler episodes where the animation turns to shit for a while. But then when you get into the Tournament of Power, that's when everything blows off the rails and you're going to be sitting there pretty much having the same experience as Goku turning Super Saiyan for the first time, screaming your fucking lungs out and losing your shit when he does something crazy. So I'm not going to ruin anything for you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ruin anything for anyone here.
It's pretty dope.
But there are some moments here in the Tournament of Power that change
I have a friend in the military. His name's Patrick. He's actually the one that commissioned the Flash drawing I did and sent to him.
You did a Flash drawing?
Yeah.
He did. It was pretty good too.
I did do a Flash drawing. It's actually on my Instagram. If you want
link to the Instagram in the comments.
It's
there's just this description of
but anyway, he is one of the biggest nerds I know. You know, and I'm all about nerd culture, and I'm freaking wearing a Philadelphia Fusion shirt. Shout out from the Overwatch League.
Philly Fuse.
So I've always been into nerd stuff. He's a big Flash and Dragon Ball Z fan. So he is absolutely like pushed me in that direction of you need to watch Super, you need to watch Super, you need to watch Super.
Well, he's right.
Right. So nobody's actually told me anything of what happens throughout the series, but obviously I do know that like the Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, and Ultra Instinct. So I do know those things exist. I don't know
but you don't know what they are.
So you don't know. You haven't seen the clips on Facebook. You haven't had anything spoiled.
Nothing.
I will not ruin anything.
I'm not going to ruin it.
No doubt.
Like
beautiful Easter egg though. Matt Mercer voices Hit.
No way.
Yeah.
In the English dubs, Matt Mercer voices Hit.
Yeah.
What?
Matt Mercer's the voice of Hit.
McCree. No, he is not.
Matt Mercer's really?
Yeah, it's
I
the
even
same guy.
have
You're kidding me.
Dragon
No,
Ball
it's
Fighter
the same.
Z on my Xbox.
You're fucking no. Hang on, this just ruined
Laura
my
Bailey's
life.
in there too.
Who?
Laura Bailey.
She's in Critical Role with Matt Mercer.
Critical Role is an online D&D channel.
Critical Role is
it's
an online D&D game,
right.
but Matt Mercer is the DM.
Well, is it like a?
They're all voice actors though. All the
What's that
people he
VRV
plays with,
show?
because he's a voice actor, so he knows a bunch of voice actors.
Harmon Quest. Yeah, it's pretty much the same.
Basically, but with,
Except for
it's with all these
Critical Role.
professional voice actors that play in it with Matt Mercer.
But McCree is Hit.
McCree is
And they
Hit.
don't sound anything alike.
Matt Mercer has got a
He's
very
versatile.
impressive.
He can do
range.
all kinds of.
Well, I mean,
voices.
there's no point in being a voice actor if you can only do one voice.
I didn't think I was gonna have one of those like.
Vegeta!
Naruto!
Sasuke!
Once I checked out Matt Mercer's IMDb page. IMDb page.
Internet Movie Database.
He has so many animes and shit listed on there.
I can only imagine. Like
he voices like 9 characters in World of Warcraft.
Well, he even has like side character stuff in Red Dead Redemption.
Ancestors give me.
Well, I mean, like if he's gonna play McCree, you better hope he'd be in Red Dead.
You know what's great? That's the most Matt Mercer he sounds in any of his characters. When he's like, "It's high noon." It's like I totally hear Matt Mercer.
It sounds more. He sounds more like Matt Mercer when he plays McCree. Yeah. I saw he was on a Critical Role panel at like a Comic-Con convention.
Yeah.
And they were doing like the Q&A, and one of the audience members was like, "I have a question for Matt Mercer." He's like, "Oh, yeah, what's your question, man?" He's like, "What time is it?"
Yeah.
He's like, and he did it. He was like,
you see
high noon. It's draw.
Team Q.
It's high noon somewhere in the world.
Speaking of Comic-Con, though, what are they going to do this year with it being canceled?
They're closing.
I think it's just getting canceled for the year.
Everything's going to go into next year.
Yeah.
Every concert.
Which the tickets better be half price and the volume better be fucking double.
I mean, we're looking at...
It'll still sell out either way.
We're looking at the fact that concert venues might not even be able to sell at full capacity.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
It's true.
Like it could take, realistically, it could take a full year for this to get gone.
And you know, like, Justus knows, all of you know how important music is to me. Concerts are so important to me. It's where I spend the majority of my money that I earn as a human being.
It is.
But I'm willing to wait for concerts to be open normally so I can actually go there without having to be in a hazmat suit.
Yeah.
And actually enjoy myself properly and see this normally. Like,
right, you want to go back to your show.
But it's not like music's going to be absent. It's not like live music's going to be gone.
Right.
You can go to a coffee shop and there could be a guy in a corner playing an acoustic guitar just chilling. There could be small intimate shows still. There could be garage concerts. There's stuff to make.
Which I think should absolutely be a thing.
And that's what's going to explode.
Like,
is
how about
small,
this for an idea?
not even venues. It's going to be people's houses. People are going to be doing
local shows.
People are going to be doing speakeasies like for concerts pretty much at this point. Like,
Dude,
I remember
when why don't we meet up in a parking lot?
That's what it's going to be.
With a bunch of and what if a shoe company
and what we'll do is we'll play like something like bands. Has bands ever been involved in something?
And we could call it like Warped Tour or something like crazy like that.
Yeah, right.
I remember watching videos from early Treeford before it blew up into this, big local festival.
Pop culture
of a video in someone's house having a concert in their living room, approximately this size. And everyone was just going nuts inside someone's house.
Chodos, Devil Wears Prada, hardcore bands, they did that. It was no hardcore dancing in the living room was a Chiodos song title. Because people were doing that shit. When they weren't big enough to get into venues, that's what they were doing. And that shit's going to start happening. You're going to start seeing like shit happening in people's garages. You're going to see it like in places where it's like, it's where warehouse raves sort of where it's just like, you know what, we're going to play music until someone fucking shuts us down. And then if they shut us down, is it technically illegal? It's a noise complaint.
I mean, it's trespassing.
It's a noise complaint. No one here was here without, like, everyone's here of their own free will. Everyone was allowed here. Mm-hmm. It was just too loud in my house.
There's some truth to they can't arrest us all.
Right, exactly. There really is.
Yeah.
Each cop has 2 pairs of handcuffs. If there's 500 people there,
and you think you're going to have like 500 people wait for a paddy wagon?
They call the paddy wagon.
You can't catch us all, bitch. On the real though, I feel like we're going to go see a lot more intimate shows, and you're going to see a lot of more independent bands, more smaller bands gain a lot of traction because you don't have huge concert venues to support these other.
Well, they don't have the huge venues, and they don't need.
But what we're going to see is a lot more independent music. We're going to see a lot more.
I hope so.
I really believe that.
I hope there's a garage band out there right now that's trying to make it, and this is the perfect opportunity.
This really is for a lot of musicians. This is a big time. For a lot of the bigger ones, it's fucking them up, and this really sucks for them. Man, the people who can perform in a small
but they've already seen the top.
Yeah, that's true.
But man, people just getting big, dude. This is your time.
Yeah.
Like, this is it.
It is a crazy.
If you believe
thought,
in yourself,
it is a crazy thought. One of my favorite bands, Real Big Fish.
Oh, right there with you, dude.
Every time they come into town, I've seen them. And I've never had a worry or a fear about the show selling out ever. Like, I know they're not a big band,
but now we do.
Right, and it's crazy to know that with the restrictions and everything, like them with them possibly selling out, it's weird. It's a weird.
I would
weird
never
thought.
think of Real Big Fish selling out a show ever. No, but I love them. No, but
well, they're never gonna sell out.
No. But Justice knows I'm not insulting him by saying this. I'm not trying to insult Real Big Fish.
Right, Scott is a big thing. Like, I've
been listening to Real Big Fish literally as long as I can remember. I love them, but a sold out Real Big Fish show.
Let's get real.
Like just smaller like shows, like any Knitting Factory show for the most part, unless it's someone huge, is not going to sell out. But now, God, if you don't buy your tickets in the first 20 minutes of something going on sale, there's a good chance you might not make it into the venue.
Yeah,
that's just that Mike Kim
it's capacity. Oh, dude, that's going to be a nightmare. Like, oh, y'all thought you were going to see Mike Kim this year? COVID-19. And it's heartbreaking, dude.
It really is.
Yeah, because, like, man, Mike Kim, dude, that was a big show for everyone. I was ready to go.
People want to go out, man. Like,
well, I mean, it's not even to go out. I want to go see My Chemical Romance.
Florida still has, like, the no gatherings of more than 10 people, like, in an area law. But over the weekend, like, the beaches in Florida were packed.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Daytona Beach, like, had, like, over 2,000 people out on it. And they asked the chief of police, like, why didn't they enforce the rules? And it's like, there's, like,
2,000 fucking people
it's
out
like
there.
The cops are outnumbered like 22-1. So it's like, yeah, they can't arrest us all,
They
man.
can't arrest us all, and they can't. But
even like
if
Jaws,
you do
man.
get arrested, it's gonna fucking suck for you.
Well, it's like Jaws. It's like, I declare this beach open. It's like,
So,
we haven't drawn parallels
You
to this
can't
yet.
just say the beach is open. I didn't say it.
So
I declared it.
So that does bring up an interesting, I guess, debate, you could say. COVID-19 virus is obviously still a threat. Like, it's not gone. It still exists. People are still getting sick.
There's more infected people now than there ever has been in the United States. Like, it's only still grown.
Right.
We haven't actually seen the decrease in cases.
So I guess my question is, like, with it still being a threat, but people still going out and doing things, like even our state has now gone to their quote unquote phase 2, where things are still opening. Like, we went to a restaurant just a little bit ago, and we're able to eat there.
Well, they have to open up for the economy. They can't just keep the economy closed down. But people just need to be social distancing and wearing masks if they're going to be in places where you can't social distance.
Right. No, and I don't disagree. But my question is, people obviously aren't.
Well, people are dumb,
And-
man.
Well,
I mean, like, you can't fix stupid.
So you can't fix stupid.
These
you
are
know?
facts.
But it's also state driven. Like, Idaho is one of the last states in the United States to see this. And we, like, as soon as it happened, everything happened.
Yeah,
Like, we
Idaho
locked
is a
down
very
as soon as
low count state.
And most of them are in
We don't
Blaine
have
County.
a lot of it here.
There's less than
most
2
of them-
million people here.
Yeah, most of them were in Blaine County, which is
That's Sun
way out of
Valley.
exactly, way out of the way from us. Like,
Yeah,
no, like,
that's where the fucking rich people live.
and that's
fly into
why.
California.
That's also why it happened. Is everyone? It's a small population, and it's a bunch of rich people just flying in and out, everyone near each other. That's where it happened. Ada and County, or Canyon County. I'm not going to say nothing happened.
Canyon
I
County's
do know
got-
a couple people that did.
Yes,
But I'll tell you
people
what.
did get
At
it.
this
People
point,
did
there's
get it.
more people recovered than are infected.
Yeah, it's got a super
So-
high survival rate.
Yeah, we're nowhere near like New York, where it's a
where
big
it's the
problem.
epicenter
They
of
get
the problem.
thousands per day new cases.
Right. Well, that's
Right.
because everyone's stacked on top of each other in apartment buildings. You look at New York compared to Idaho.
If one
Look how
person
small
in your
this
building
place
gets
is.
it, the whole building
Well,
gets
I
it.
mean, like, you think of one person, say they're on the 11th floor or whatever, they take the stairs. They rub their hands on the rail the entire fucking way down.
Or if they take the elevator and push
Anywhere,
the
they
button.
push the button. If you have one person in your apartment complex at that point, your whole building's screwed. So everyone got it. No wonder it was such an epicenter.
Yeah,
It was
pretty
like, it
much.
makes sense for it. But
Yeah, it's something that spreads super duper quickly like this. I get it. It's a risk. It's a threat, and it's a threat to the older population and young, like real little kids, or is that?
Well, I think
wrong?
Little kids are actually
They're
pretty
good.
Yeah, they're good.
They're good.
Like
It's
it
just
actually,
the elderly.
and actually, they're like one of the least affected.
Yeah, like
groups of
there was a few
Okay.
odd ones out where they're like, oh, there was something that happened, but it was such a few
Okay,
rare
so it's
cases.
only people like
least
the average age.
That was the last thing
say
that
your
I heard
congressman.
about it, was that kids were actually one of the least affected groups.
The people who are affected are people like with
People with
autoimmune disease,
people with
Yeah,
suppressed
yeah,
immune
yeah.
systems and elderly
and
people.
elderly, and that's
Okay, sure.
really it.
They're the at-risk people.
But what we're looking at is to slow the spread, not stop it, and that's what got confused during all this.
Yeah.
Because when it
That was
started,
the
Yeah, you'll never stop.
when it started, everyone was like, slow the spread, flatten the curve, and now everyone's like, we just got to get rid of it. And I'm like, well, here was the. It was 2 months ago we were saying just like we need to make the graph look like this, a slope instead of this like
That
fucking
graph is
parabola.
deaths
Right.
over time. They didn't want it to be super duper.
Well, our
high.
whole objective is to not overload our healthcare systems.
Yeah.
We don't like with the respirators, everything. Like but now we've gotten a grip on it. Now we've slowed it down, and now everyone is doing something for the most part, or at least most people are.
Yeah, most places have some sort of protocol in place to sanitize or wipe or to keep
And
people
so like, and
apart
now
from
like,
each
do we hear about a lot of hospitals being overloaded? Not as
Not
much.
here. Actually, I've heard more
Not
news
here.
about hospitals not having enough patients.
Right, and now, but that's where we're
I haven't heard
at.
that.
And now
Like, we're still hospitals are still pretty full.
and
It's in rural areas, not like big cities.
but this is
Not
why
big cities too. Like
this
New
is-
York hospitals are still packed.
Well, New York is not a fucking rural area.
But this is also why states are opening by state instead of nationwide.
Right, they're leaving it up
Right.
to the governor.
Because this infection has not hit everybody the same.
No.
And we're really
Like, it's
fortunate
way
to be
worse
in Idaho,
in
honestly.
Washington,
Idaho-
Oregon, than it
Idaho's
is in
very
Idaho.
fortunate. We have had very low impact of COVID.
Oh, yeah.
People have still got it and people have died, but
Well, I mean, I've
compared to other states, we've been hit.
we're in the
lightly.
bottom
Yeah.
fifth, dude. It is ridiculous how low our infection rates are, especially where we're living too. But is that gonna like? I'm just gonna travel around. I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want. Like, no, I'm still
No,
gonna
I
try
still
to be
stay home.
careful.
Like,
Like,
I'm not going to sneeze on fruit
The only,
at the
two
grocery
times,
store.
the only two times I've ever went out was when I went out with you guys.
Exactly, like,
To
and that's
Fridays, yeah.
like, dude.
Yeah.
Every time I've been here, like the people in this room have been the people that I've been around during quarantine. Like,
Yeah.
I've been really
Even
grateful.
like the other day when we went to your parents' house and you hadn't been able to hug them for.
Oh, it was incredible,
months.
dude.
Yeah.
I cried my eyes out. It was cool.
It's been hard on everybody because
Like even you
yeah,
don't even
because
you don't even-
your sister's immunocompromised.
Well, right, but you don't even pay attention to like the small things like being able to hug your parents.
Yeah,
Like
that's
something that small, and all of a sudden you like if you're used to doing that like every single time you see them every week or whatever, and then all of a sudden just
You can't.
nothing,
yeah.
and they come and they drop you groceries off, and you're like, well,
Thanks.
yeah, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
and it feels so
Well,
empty. You're just
It's like a
you're
quasi
doing-
death. You can't touch
yeah.
them or hold them.
And it was just no interaction. It is the most eerie feeling, and I feel like a lot of people went through that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like,
for a
and it's
while,
like trying to elbow bump someone. I'm like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever been a part of. Like,
I know. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. I was just all right. Let's.
I mean, like, and I tried like even before. Okay, so before COVID shut down, I was still bartending. Or Yard House was so busy, so busy. And we had regulars. These people like tipped us like $70, and I was like, I'd shake your hand, but you know, whatever. He shakes my hand. He's like, oh, I'm not worried about anything. Like, I mean, I just flew back from China, and I'm just like.
Oh, I don't want you to shake my hand, bro. That's what I'm saying.
No, he was just obviously kidding with me.
Yeah.
But still, dude, like, as a bartender, this is a hard thing. Dude. Like, that's how you build rapport.
there, Dollface.
That's how you build rapport, is shaking someone's hand as a bartender. You'd be like,
Yeah.
man, it's good to meet you. I'll see you around. I'll be here next time.
Yeah.
No, it's just like,
That's especially in your line of work, too.
dude, it has screwed me. My whole entire life is turned upside down.
Mm-hmm.
COVID fucked me, dude. It's a bad time.
Yeah.
That'll happen, man.
Yeah,
Wanna
you wanna
play
play
some
That'll happen.
Yeah, I was like, man, that got really sad for a second, guys. Let's get us out of this.
We're all pretty much in agreement that fucking COVID sucks. This whole stay home order, quarantine, whatever you want to call it, it fucking sucked.
I
It was
get it,
hard on
though,
people.
but even if, in the grand scheme of things, it does have a second wave or something, our reaction to this gave our elderly and our immune-compromised people a chance to figure things out to get into a situation where they don't have to worry about it. Because even my sister right now, she's going out for hikes. She still wears masks, like if someone's closer and stuff, like on a path or something, she'll like do it real quick or whatever. But like, we have ways of a lot of us coming back to work now and still making stuff happen. The people who aren't as much at risk, like we have ways now, like
right. And most
now
people, I think, are like that.
Right, and most companies now, they have ways of delivering. They're way out of their way to like make sure that people are.
I do like that business models have changed because
right,
of this.
Yeah.
So
I think
it forced companies to think outside of their normal parameters of.
Like your food's on your doorstep and then leave.
Yeah, the fact that Uber Eats,
people come to us.
the fact that Uber Eats has a leave at your door thing now. And they didn't before. You're telling me this was always an option, and I didn't have to have human interaction.
They don't even knock on the door anymore.
They don't knock on the door.
just sit
They
it down
touch
and
I
anything.
started tipping them more. You're gonna tell me I don't have to talk to somebody, and I'm gonna have pita pit on my doorstep. I'm gonna have a triple cheeseburger from Five Guys with Cajun fries, and I don't have to talk. You can have $20, dude. Worth it, dude. Let's go.
Let's be real though.
Maybe you are partially introverted, Zach.
I am. I'm.
You're a weird
Okay,
hybrid.
listen,
Let's talk about a real thing. How long were you back at work before you're like, fuck, I have to go to work? A day? 2?
2 days.
2 days.
But it wasn't because of my job. I mean, it wasn't because I had to work. It was because of the extra things and the extra mental stress.
Okay.
So now you're sitting there, you're touching glasses, you're touching people's food. You have to make sure you're wearing, like, anytime you touch food, condiments, a plate with condiments, you have to have a glove on.
Yeah.
That takes time. So now, like, my job where I had everything streamlined, figured out to literally just sleepwalk through my shifts. Now I have to make sure my mask isn't falling off my face, and I can't touch my mask to like put it up. But like, it's a catch-22. If your mask falls up, I guess. But what if I sneezed in there, like in my sleeve? You know what I mean?
Keep
like,
it on, you fucking weirdo.
It's this huge thing, and that's why I finally just got a better mask. Because these medical ones that they give you,
They're not great.
they don't work. And as a bartender, you're not meant to be running miles.
They work exactly as they're intended.
They work better than the cloth masks. They're just not as comfortable to wear.
Well, when you're in the eye of the public all the time. Hang on, edit. Good God, dude, that shit melted so much. Like,
the whole fucking thing.
But yeah, when you're in the medical field, they work exactly as intended.
right, but
They're meant to keep things from spewing out of you.
when you're sitting there on top of somebody doing surgery, not when you're running around a restaurant trying to deliver drinks and food and
yeah, but
all
you
sorts of
got
crap.
to wear something.
Right, and that's the idea. But this is the problem. We're not prepared for this.
We're not
Everyone has the
prepared
equipment.
for the surplus of masks that are going to be available in 6 months. They're going to be warehouse full.
That's it.
Full
That's
on.
if in 6 months, if everything.
If
ends
this
up
goes
hanging
away
out.
in 6 months, whenever it's over, we're going to have this huge surplus of hand sanitizer, toilet paper, and face masks.
I don't see that as a problem.
Yeah, but
I
it's like,
think honestly,
I don't think any of those things like expire. Like that's just.
I don't think
there.
they do, but it's just going to be weird because, like, I saw them in the gas station the other day. A huge fucking bin that anybody could just stick their dirty little pleb hands into and pick out a mask.
And we'll end it there. Dirty pleb hands.
God damn it! Stop it!
You leave it here. You've heard it. If you're on
yeah.
Cody's an idiot.
Let's rename the podcast, you know? It's Way to Be with Jay and a fucking moron.
No, you're the shit, dude. But yo, what I was gonna say is like post-COVID weird shit. I finally took my first Uber. I had no way of going home. I called my roommates. Everyone was drunk.
You gotta get a car, dude.
I know, and I have enough now. I can buy a car. But what happened was
Just use your old roommate's car.
Chris's.
Yeah.
You if you got in that car,
No.
you'd realize that you do not want it.
It's a death trap.
It is a death sentence. I got in this Uber and I put on my mask because I was already at work, and I was like, if I've already worn the mask this long, I'm just gonna put it back on. And he looks at me, and I can see he has his mask here, and he puts it on as soon as he sees I have mine on. I'm like, okay, cool.
He gets it.
And I jump in the back seat, and this dude he's in the his driver's seat, and he has a plexiglass thing here and a plexiglass thing here. Like, so he's in a cube in his...
What?
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool.
And I was like, I got it, and I was like, this is so dope, dude. Like, I just started talking to him. I was like, this is unreal. I was like, I've never seen this in my life. Like, has anyone... He's like, oh, I just did it for... Oh, did you make this yourself? Like, this is incredible. This dude is in a plexiglass cage driving an Uber.
Did he have one of those little switches where it's like,
I know,
Gotta be safe.
and then like in front of me, it's like some sort of like puke bag, hand sanitizer, and like some other sort of thing. I don't remember what it was, but he had like all the supplies. Like, I rated him 5 stars and left him like 15. I was like, this guy is a monster. Like, what did my guests want? I know what they want. This.
I had an idea. I wanted to call it the drunk tank. And it was basically just Uber, but operate from like 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. And you're just driving people home from bars. But it's a big 8-person van. I've got water and chips and hand sanitizer and puke bags and bread and all kinds of shit. Just like it's available. Pay group rate or pay individual rates or whatever, you know.
But you just run around back where you don't have to worry about like a weird Uber driver who's going to judge you for being drunk. It was right after you got a DUI. That's what I thought about it. I was like, man, if something like that was available, I would have just wanted to do that.
So much shit.
Well, instead of like, yeah, do you want to schedule it? No, I'll just drive. I need my car.
Yeah,
it's
like,
wait, hang on.
$2,000 fine.
I can take the fun party bus home. I'm gonna take that home.
Yeah, it's like we'll just run you around.
I hate leaving my car downtown.
I hate leaving my car anywhere.
Yeah, I have to take my car home.
I'm uncomfortable because my car's at the restaurant.
I get it, dude. I hate leaving my car anywhere.
You get drunk?
I didn't get drunk. I just drank too much.
Let's
end it right there.
Oh yeah, well,
all right, everybody. That was Way to Be with JNC.
Way to be with JNC.
If you guys like the video, hit that thumbs up.
Don't you fucking dare end it right there.
If you want to hear more, subscribe.
Shut up!
Make it stop.
It's not been an hour.
On Twitch, link will be down below. Monday at 6 Mountain Time.
I'm smarter than I sound.
It's not over.
I promise he is. Sometimes.
I can talk about it. Don't you fucking end it right there, man.
Now he has to.
Yeah.
Now he has to.
Special thanks to Zach and Justus.
Thank you for having me.
It's really over.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Damn.
Good night.
Please don't judge.